Hey everybody, Miso Kaiba. Got another unboxing for you. Today I got the structure deck Shaddoll Showdown. This just came out. It's first edition. Um, Everybody else is pretty hyped about the Shaddoll deck. It's getting pretty good reviews, um, especially in the tournaments, and it gives you a lot of cards that you can use. If you're gonna go to a tournament, I plan on going to one later this month. Don't think I'm gonna play. Just maybe just check out the vendors, and if somebody else has a structure deck they want to play against me with. I've got like a bunch of structure decks. I've done plenty of videos with structure decks. The magicians deck that I got, the light deck I got, the layer of darkness, the zombie horde deck, other stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into it. This deck has a lot more hollows than you normally get in a structure deck, and I'm pretty happy because it's pretty lame when you buy a structure deck or whatnot and you don't really get that many hollows. So I'm really happy uh, to get this. Get this pack. I think it's just a rule book. Yeah. So the beginner's guide, and then they give you a awesome paper game board. Let's see if we can get it to stand up. Looks like it can. So that's cool. Down here at the other end, it's got this other chick. It's just like the box. So that's really cool. There's the box, got the beginner's guide, and then just some trash. Dual links. Here we go. They got a little nifty gifty tab. This is just a dual links card. So I've never played with the Shaddoll deck or Shaddoll. So I don't know any of these people's names. This is El Shaddoll Greista. It's a rock fusion effect. It's a fire card. One Shaddoll monster, one fire monster must first be fusion summoned when your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters while you have a Shaddoll card in your hand. Quick effect. You can negate the summon while you have a Shaddoll card. Oh, you can negate the effect, and if you do destroy that monster, then send one Shaddoll card from your hand to your graveyard. You can only use this effect of Shaddoll once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Shaddoll spell trap in your graveyard, add it to your hand. This card's got 2,450 attack, 2,450 attack, and defense is 1,950, so 19 or 1,950. Weird, but okay, cool. And then El Shaddoll. Oh, cool. This is like, it's a spellcaster. It's a fish type card almost. So let's get it. And there you go. Pew. El Shaddoll Apcolone. I don't know. Spellcaster, fusion, effect. Two Shaddoll monsters with different attributes must be fusion summoned, cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only use each of the following effects of El Shaddoll Apcolone once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can target one face-up card on the field, negate its effects. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Shaddoll card from your deck or graveyard to your hand, then discard one card. Attack 2,500 and defense 2,000. This looks like a cool deck. A lot of fusion monsters. So that's cool. El Shaddoll Construct. It's a fairy fusion. It has an effect. One Shaddoll monster, one light monster. Sorry about this. It's not. Stupid ass. There we go. Yep. Must first be fusion summoned. If this card is special summon, you can send one Shaddoll card from your deck to the graveyard at the start of the damage step. If this card battles a special summoned monster, destroy that monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Shaddoll spell or trap in the grave, add it to your hand, 2800, 2500. So that's pretty cool. Awesome. But yeah, I like this deck because it's giving you a lot more shiny cards, hollows, than you do elsewhere. In like the other deck that I just opened, like it only gave me like 3 or 4, yeah, 3 hollows, and that was pretty lame. Uh, Quad Shaddoll Kios. Spellcaster, flip effect, flip. You can special summon one Shaddoll monster from your hand in face up or face down defense position. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can send one Shaddoll monster from your hand to the graveyard. And if you do, for the rest of this turn, all monsters you control gain attack and defense equal to the original level of that monster sent to the graveyard times 100. You can only use one Quad Shaddoll Kiosis effect per turn and only once that turn. Attack 900, defense 100. Shaddoll Wendy. Oh, she's cute. She's a psychic flip effect. Flip, you can special summon one Shaddoll monster from your deck in face up or face down position, except a Shaddoll Wendy. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon one Shaddoll monster from your deck in a face down defense position, except for Shaddoll Wendy. You can only use one Shaddoll Wendy effect per turn and only once that turn. Okay, 1500 attack and 1000 defense. This is a cool card. I like it. It's pretty. Naal Shaddoll Ariel. Huh. I like that name, Ariel. It's beautiful. It's a psychic, it's a flip effect. You can target one of your banished Shaddoll monsters, special summon it in face up or face down defense position. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target up to 3 cards in the graveyard and banish them. You can only use one Shaddoll Ariel effect per turn and only once that turn. Attack 100, defense 1800. So this card, they're very bright cards. Awesome. Resh Shaddoll Incarnation. I might have to make a couple videos on this deck, just because they kind of cut me off on YouTube depending on time. But target one Shaddoll monster in your graveyard, special summon it in face up or face down defense position. You can banish this card and one Shaddoll card from your graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Change one face down monster you control to face up defense position. Change one face up monster you control to face down defense position. You can only use one of these effects per turn and only once that turn. Okay, cool. Another awesome card. Sweet. And it's a hollow. El Shaddoll Winda. I've heard a lot about this card. It's one Shaddoll monster and one dark monster. Must be fusion summoned. Cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card effects. Each player can only special summon monsters once per turn. While this card is face up on the field, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Shaddoll spell or trap in your graveyard, add it to your hand, attack 2200, defense 800. I always wonder when it says cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, if it also means, that, even spell or traps, because that would be really fucking lame to, like, shut down a field like that. There's a point to competition, people, Al Shaddoll Sheikh Hinaga. It's a machine, it's got a fusion and its effect. One Shaddoll monster, one Earth monster. Must first be fusion summoned when a special summon monster activates its effect while you have a Shaddoll card in your hand. Quick effect, you can negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that monster and send one Shaddoll card from your hand to the graveyard, and you can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one spell or trap card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Attack 2600, defense 3000. That's pretty awesome. But it seems like a lot of these cards just all have the same effect. So Oh, this is that Shaddoll fusion everybody's been talking about, so that's cool. I got a super on it. Fusion, summon one Shaddoll fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. If your opponent controls a monster that has a special summon from the extra deck, you can also use monsters in your deck as fusion material. You can only activate one Shaddoll fusion per turn. That's awesome. It's kind of overkill though. Shaddoll Falcon. It's a spellcaster. It's got a flip, tuner, its effect. Flip, you can target one Shaddoll monster in your graveyard except Shaddoll Falco. Special summon it in face down defense position. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon it in face down defense position. You can only use one Shaddoll Falco effect per turn, once and only once that turn. Attack 600, defense 1400. That's pretty decent defense for a 2-star. And then we got Shaddoll Hedgehog. I like all these little animals in this deck. That's really cool. And they're like neon colored and they're bright. I like that spellcaster flip effect. I don't know how this would be a spellcaster, but okay. You can add one Shaddoll spell or trap from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add one Shaddoll monster from your deck to your hand, except Shaddoll Hedgehog. You can only use one Shaddoll Hedgehog effect per turn and only once that turn. Attack 800, defense 200. Yeah, like all of them keep saying the exact same thing. So, Shaddoll Squamata. You can target one monster on the field, destroy it for the flip effect. And then if this card, yeah, is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can send one Shaddoll from your deck to the graveyard, except Shaddoll. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing for everything. These are awesome first edition cards. Shaddoll Dragon. This one is just if you target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. 1900 attack, 4 stars. I wouldn't say that's really a dragon. I was gonna say that looks more like a tiger or like a liger or something like that. Just because you put wings on it doesn't mean dragon. No,